plan. And I was like, if you're the director and you're saying his plan is terrible, maybe you should have rewritten the plan.
Yes, I love it. You're right.
And I was like, I've never heard that said before in a director's commentary. They're like, oh yeah, this doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, okay, why did you include it?
That's what I love about Duke Say on these things. He's been with Sommers for so long, he can just talk shit to him. And I love that too. They have such an antagonistic. He can really mess with Sommers, and then Sommers just keeps plugging along. Oh, I loved it.
You screwed this one up, Sommers.
Yep. He's just swinging that. She's swinging that mace though, and it makes me so happy. So that's my.
Yeah. It's a weird scene. It feels like it's supposed to be a big reveal, but it's not.
Because they show it in the mirror, right?
Yeah, and I couldn't. It felt too full, if that makes sense. Like that's the whole thing. Like I never felt scared in a monster movie. It didn't feel terrifying. It just felt like stuff is in the air. And I literally mean that. I mean, like, characters are flipping, or characters are flying, characters are jumping. It just never set up a sense of dread or really terror.
There are many characters in the air in this movie.
Yeah, it's been. I told my partner, I was like, this movie's 70% in the air. She just laughed at me. That's a real quote. So my number one scene, and I really enjoyed this. This was a surprise. The bell scene at the very beginning, when Van Helsing cuts a circle in the ground, and he hides in the bell.
Yeah, it's smart.
Super clever. I had not seen that before because I thought, I was like, I know where this scene is going. Great. I'm fine with it. I'm not going to be like upset. It's like, it's a standard trope. But then to have him hide in the bell, and I was like, yes, something's awesome about this.
It's because it shows inventiveness, right? They thought this through. They built it out. They filmed it, and it's funny. It's a good gag. He has saws. There's a bell. He gets a bell over him. And actually, by the way, that guy's cigar is about the size of Van Helsing's head. So where's he getting this tobacco? Just real quick. But I don't know where he's getting that. But I don't know. It's inventive, and it gets me every time. I love it. It's a smart action beat, and I dig it.
Yeah. So what's your number one?
Oh, just the black and white, man. The beginning, you have the gravedigger walking up. Because that's hard to light. That's a tough job to make that look so beautiful. And I almost wanted it all. I mean, it would have been too tough to shoot it all. I mean, that Guillermo del Toro wanted to shoot Shape of Water in black and white, but it's too expensive, so he shot it in color. So that to make this movie in black and white would have been a beast. But I think it looks beautiful, man. It's maybe too long, but it looks great. It hits all the beats, sets everything up. I love when Dracula gets whapped into the fire. It's just a neat. I don't know, I dig it. I think it looks great. It's inventive. It's filmed with love. There's a lot of urgency. It plays well. And maybe that's the problem with it, is it gets you on such a high in the beginning. And then it maybe kind of drops from there. But that's my favorite. I think it's inventive. It's fun. It's neat. So that's my number one.
Yeah. There's like really just one too many action scenes. And I can't believe I'm saying that. Just one too many. If it was just 20 minutes shorter, I would probably be like really more into it.
We sound insane for saying this, but I 100% agree with you. And I never thought I'd say something like that. Because before we go on break, can we just... Okay, so you have the opening action scene with Frankenstein, right? The thing falls. Yep. Then you have Hugh Jackman battling Mr. Hyde. Then you have his first introduction into meeting Anna Valerius in a very long action scene with those vampires. I mean, we're talking very long.
There's one before that. It's the werewolf vampire scene. Wherein the brother and sister try to capture the werewolf.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So then there's that. And then there is, let's see, when they get to Dracula's castle, right? And you have the exploding vampire bats in that area. Then you have the long escape scene where they go across the mountain, right? Like they're trying to escape. And then the werewolf falls into the water. Then they meet Frankenstein. Then you have a little fight with Frankenstein. Then you have the carriage chase. Then you have the opera, or like the Cirque du Soleil with the Blade 2 bomb. Mm-hmm. All right. And then you have, let's see. Then you have the final action scene, I guess, which is about a half hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it sounds insane, dude, but it's exhausting.
Yeah, just cut one scene out of it. Much better. Much better.
Which one should get cut?
I mean, I think we've talked about this previously. I didn't think I don't think you needed the chase scene. I didn't think I enjoy it separately, but I think you could have removed it. Also, maybe you could cut the circus scene. Like,
Yeah.
it's weird. It just doesn't fit the narrative very well. And maybe if you adjusted it, but I don't think you need that one either.
And maybe it makes you ask bad questions. So in some
Yeah.
movies you watch,
Yeah.
you never ask questions because you just roll with it. And I was doing an episode the other day where someone asked me a question about the movie. I'm like, I have never asked that question about the movie. I never even thought it. But in this one, I just thought, how many vampires are there? There's
Exactly.
thousands.
Yeah.
There's maybe 1,000 in there. So
Yeah, a couple hundred. I bet you're like, Budapest can't support this many. That's 100 people disappearing a month.
and it's impromptu, correct? I mean, they put this together quickly for her, and they didn't have plans for this. This isn't like
I think
what
they
we
had
do in the
plans.
shadows. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this was related to Halloween in some sort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, even though I don't think, I mean, Halloween technically that part of it didn't exist in, so it was like solstice or something. Like it was like some reason for them all to be there.
Wow, man, that's all right. So how about this? Let's take a quick break, and we come back. We haven't even gotten so much to this movie. I love it. All right, we'll talk more Van Helsing when we come back. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And David, I know you have something in store for me, but I have a couple things in store for you. I want to surprise you with. All right? So, I get
Okay, I'm excited for this.
All right. So, I have a couple things in store for you. So, we've been doing this really neat thing recently where we did Tom Cruise or Tommy Wiseau, or we did Luke Evans or Carl Urban. I'm going to drop something on you real quick. And I kind of want to get I just want to see like your thoughts on this. So I'm going to do Kate Beckinsale or Mila Jovovich because they are the preeminent action badasses of our time, I would say. I mean, we have Ripley, Sigourney Weaver, we have Sarah Connor, but those are more isolated to several films. I want to go with the two that have made big blockbusters out of movies aren't really critically acclaimed, but they've really found an awesome niche, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
All right. So Here we go. First movie, Wonder Woman, Mila Jovovich or Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, that's so hard. All right, before I answer this, I'm going to say that I am a Mila Jovovich stan. So, yeah, I think you need Kate Beckinsale in that role. I think she has the ability to be an extremely strong actor and thespian in a way that Mila Jovovich does not. That doesn't mean I dislike Mila Jovovich, but I feel like Kate Beckinsale can bring a wider range of emotion.
Watch Love and Friendship, her and Chloe Sevigny. I love that movie. They're so good together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so you're gonna say Kate Becks?
Yeah, we go with KB.
Oh, KB. All right. So they're making a new Halloween movie where they need a new Laurie Strode. Are you picking in like around like a different type of Laurie, like a Halloween H2O-esque film? Are you going Kate Beckinsale or Mila Jovovich?
I'm going Mila Jovovich, 100%. I don't. Oh yeah,
it.
yeah. There's no. For me, there's no question about that. Like, you're right that Kate Beckinsale and Mila are action stars to some extent. And I feel like I want to see Mila Jovovich just wail on the shape. I mean, like, that would be amazing. I'm like, that's all I want to see. I'm done. You sold it.
Oh, I love it. Okay. They're remaking The Frighteners, but they want, instead of having like a male lead, I'm just saying in general, they're not doing it. But instead of having like a male lead in it, they're gonna cast a female lead to be the detective, like the fake ghost detective. Do you do Mila Jovovich or do you do Kate Beckinsale?
Okay. I think I go with Kate Beckinsale. Yeah. I mean, initially I was leaning towards Mila Jovovich, but I feel like Kate Beckinsale has done more lighter comedy-ish stuff, and The Frighteners is tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah, she could nail that.
Yeah, I can't name too many like full comedies that Mila Jovovich has done. I mean, like Fifth Element has comedic elements.
And Zoolander was just so over the top.
Yeah. So I think it's KB.
Okay, and lightning round. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but
Mila.
with Mila.
No, that's 100%. She has more of an imposing presence on the screen.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. Did you hear any of those that you thought were completely off base?
I think you nailed all of them. I just, oh man, because remember when Jamie Lee Curtis goes on the offensive in Halloween H2O? I think that's a beautiful scene in that movie. But just Mila, she would go flying everywhere.
I know. She's like I'm gonna just put this side of my foot on that side of your face.
Yeah, Mike will be running away from her. Oh, I love it. I know I had to jump it on you, man. But I wanted to see what you'd pick, because we got to give love to these two, man. They've been crushing it for 20 years, more than 20 years. I mean, if you think about Fifth Element, and then The Last Days of Disco, and she was in Laurel Canyon, Kate Beckinsale. Like, they've been in some good movies, man. And so I love Three Musketeers with Mila. So yeah, I just had to drop that on you.
She's in Mila's in the new Monster Hunter movie that's coming out, which I am stoked for. Oh my god.
In The Perfect Getaway, she's very good in. I don't know if you've watched that. Timothy Olyphant, Steve Zahn.
I haven't.
Chris Hemsworth is in it. It is a really good thriller, man. It's worth watching if you haven't checked it out.
Okay.
You should put it on your Award Wieners Instagram and do a should I watch this, yes or no.
Yeah, I can do that. I mean, we're recording on a Thursday. Tomorrow is when I usually release my weekend watch. So for everyone who knows, I usually put a movie up on Fridays, and I watch it over the weekend and then write a review on it on Monday. And my audience usually helps me pick what it is. So yeah, that sounds pretty good. We'll chat about that offline to make sure I get the right one.
Cool. This is more of a promotion. Follow him on Instagram. I love his page. You'll love it too. So I just wanted to bring up your Instagram.
Yeah,
mostly for that.
It's at Award Wieners across every social media platform. I don't know how I ended up. I got it. I'm very lucky. I got it. So I have a either or for you as well. It's Hugh Jackman or Ryan Reynolds.
Ooh.
Okay. So Harry from When Harry Met Sally.
Wow. It would have to be Reynolds. So
really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think, you watch The Proposal, I just think Reynolds fits that. I like Jackman a lot, but I just don't. Okay, you look at Tom Hanks in that movie, you look at Billy Crystal. I just can't see Jackman in it. He just seems, not that he couldn't do it. He's funny, but the banter, the back and forth, I just see Reynolds pulling that off better, I guess. Because Reynolds has a weird thing where the dude's good looking guy, super ripped, but he can also play kind of a dork somehow. Okay. So I think that's why you do that. Jackman, I don't know if he could play a dork, like Kate and Leopold, which is directed by James Mangold, by the way. But I don't know. That's just what I think. So that's my
okay. Yeah, I think you talked me into it, because I initially was going to go 100% Jackman on that. He's charming in a way that I feel Ryan Reynolds isn't. They're both funny, but Hugh Jackman's just like slightly charming, and Ryan Reynolds feels a little absurdist. But I don't know. But I think you talked me into it. I think Ryan Reynolds is good there. You smart man. Okay, number 2. Dom from the original Fast and Furious.
Oh, man. It would have to be Jackman.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I agree with you.
Because as much as I like Reynolds, he's not... and this isn't a slight. I mean, I've watched all of his movies. The voices, I think he's really, really good in. But I just don't see him being a mentor, I guess. Or I mean, he could probably beat me up, but I don't see him being physically scary as Jackman could be. So I'm going to take Jackman on that. Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, Forrest from Forrest Gump.
Wow. It's got to be. Wow.
I don't know the right answer to this one. I don't have